Hello everyone, it's Glenda and welcome back to my channel, Creative Grandma. I'm here with Cody and today we're doing a video that we talked a lot about, and that is taking one yarn and making several different swatches and showing you how different the same yarn can look in different stitch patterns. Now this video is all about Lion brand ice cream yarn, but before we show you the samples, I just want to remind everyone that my fall floral blanket that I made for Lion brand is now available in kit form. So I'll put a link directly to the Fall Splendor blanket in the description box. You can click that link and it'll take you right to the kit on Lion Brand's website. So before we begin the video, we always like to shout out any new channel members. So Cody's going to do that. Cody, you want to go ahead and shout out our new members?
Of course. Luckily for my sake, the members are in order, so I know where I left off last time.
That's a lot of names to read off all the time.
We had Linda Davis, Beverly Patskay, Sheila Moore, Kathy Hacker, Donna Kosick, Cheryl Maggie, and Kim From. So big shout out to our new channel members. We really appreciate the support on the channel. And yeah. Oh, we also have a couple super thanks from the last few videos. We had Colleen Casual, we had Stephanie Gill, we had Chief K8 about 30 times on every single video. Chief, thank you, you're the best. We had Jilly Likes Frogging. I was confused because I didn't know what frogging meant for a while. I kept seeing it in the comments and I'm like, what's that mean? She likes frogging? Jilly, why do you torture yourself? We had Akara King, I hope I said that correctly. We had Raina Kamak, Jill Kressel, and JTW629. So big shout out to them. Your support means a lot, and we appreciate you.
And thank you to everyone who comes back time and time again to watch our videos. We really appreciate it. And we appreciate it when you try to watch as much of the video as you can.
Yes.
And if you can, watch the entire video. That really helps the channel. And don't forget to give us a thumb up and a like. And one other thing I want to address before we get into this is I did notice that a lot of my subscribers don't hit the notification button.
Oh, yeah.
So make sure that if you're a subscriber, you hit that notification bell up on the top of the screen so you're notified every time we post a video.
Yeah, it's a little bell directly next to the subscribe button. And when you click that, it'll say turn on all notifications for this channel or turn on some notifications for this channel. So basically that just means anytime that we post a new video, you'll get an alert.
And a lot of times I see a comment, Glenda, you haven't posted in a while. Well, I've been posting quite a few videos, so if you haven't seen those posts, that's why you need to hit that bell, and that really also helps the channel. So thank you everybody for doing that. But today is all about a yarn, and we talk about it all the time. We are starting to pick up the pace on yarn swatches since I have Cody helping me do the yarn swatches. That way I can work on my bigger projects. But we have talked and we've done yarn swatches where we'll pick 5 different colors and then we'll do 5 different stitch patterns. But what we decided to do for this video was to take one yarn and then do samples and show you how different that yarn will look in different stitch patterns. So I'm going to let Cody go ahead and take it away from this point.
So the yarn that we're featuring today was sent to me by a subscriber, and it is Lion brand ice cream. I just love the Lion brand ice cream, and this is the colorway Tutti Frutti. And I'll just give you all the information on the skein for the heck of it in case you haven't seen this yarn before. Big fan of the Lion brand ice cream. It's a 3.5 ounce, 100 grams, 394 yards, 360 meters. It is 100% acrylic, and it's machine wash and dryable, and it is a 3 lightweight yarn. And again, Tutti Frutti.
And it's a very popular yarn with Lion brand. It's one of their best-selling yarns.
Yeah, they've been making different versions of this yarn for a long time.
That's really pretty. I do like that.
Yeah. So this is the yarn that I made all the samples out of. So this first sample, I made it short and tall.
Like a scarf.
Yeah, so if you're making a scarf in this direction, that's kind of the gist of it. And I use the V-stitch for this. You can see it's short and long. I'm working upwards.
And it's just amazing how different this yarn will look in the different stitch patterns. And that's what this video is all about, to really show you. Now, some people will not like that dark pink separated by the light pink in the middle of the row. That's one issue about self-striping yarns that a lot of people do not like. And that's why this video is so important, because if you were making this, then I would suggest change your stitch pattern. And we're going to emphasize that in this video about how different you can make that blend better by using different stitch patterns. So that is the first sample.
If you've watched the videos previously, you've heard me complain about my struggles with having perfectly straight edges on my blankets. And working on little samples like this gives me good practice. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have any trouble at all with your edges on that V-stitch?
No.
That looks pretty good to me.
Well, this is the same stitch that I was using to make that one baby blanket, which I failed 5 or 6 times on. And I mean, my sample looks really good. So I'm gonna have to give it a shot again. I think I was getting really loose when I was turning.
The wider your project gets, you get looser as you're working across.
That too, yeah.
So it may pay you, if you're having the same trouble that Cody is, try to start with maybe a scarf. Make a scarf with that stitch pattern. Once that scarf comes out, then you can move on and make it a wider project because you had practice.
Okay, let's go to our next sample. So again, same yarn, and this is the super easy ripple stitch. Another one of my go-tos. It's so easy, so simple, and it just looks super good.
Now that, it doesn't bother me as much in the ripple stitch as it did the scarf. Maybe it was because it ended in the row, but I see it changed colors here.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's as noticeable in this sample as it was in the other one.
Yes, and the wider that you make your project, the less you'll notice a big block of colors such as this pink, which is, I'm pretty sure, the biggest colorway in the yarn, yeah?
That's a very pretty stitch.
Yes.
I like that stitch.
Yes, if you're new to crocheting and you want to look like a professional, I recommend this stitch of the week because it's super basic. All it is double crochets.
Yeah, and it's easy. It's an easy ripple stitch. There's some pretty advanced ripple stitches out there. This would be the one to start with. And these are all Stitch of the Week patterns. You can find them on my website, creativegrandma.net. Up at the top of the website, it'll say Stitch of the Week. You can click that banner. It'll take you to every one of my Stitch of the Weeks. There's over 200, and you can just find the name of the stitch, click on the name of the stitch, and the pattern will pop right up. You can download it, you can print it, and you can get started right away.
And for my next sample, I decided to go with another one of my go-to swatch stitches, and that's the row by row granny. And I think the yarn looks way different in this pattern.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
It's also, it's much wider than the other samples, but I think it looks really good.
I think when you use a shorter stitch with these self-striping yarns, I think it looks better than using the double crochet.
Yeah.
I think the colors blend together a little bit nicer. When you have those higher stitches like these samples, you can really notice the color change. But this one, I think if you're making a baby blanket, you're going to have it a lot wider, and you're going to have more of those colors running across. So these are a little bit shorter, but if you made it like longer, you're going to notice you're going to have more than one color, and then that's going to blend together better when you're going back and forth.
Yes.
Every one of your patterns are pretty, but this is a pretty yarn.
True.
And they have many colors available in the Lion Brand ice cream, and I'll put a link directly to the Lion Brand ice cream yarn in the description box. You can click that link and it'll take you, and you can see all the beautiful colors.
And for my next sample, this is the longest sample, and I decided to go with just a double crochet because it's a long sample, and you know, it takes a while.
Yeah, this is the one I was talking about when you use those higher stitches. If you use the shorter stitches, then this might blend together a little bit better. But you can see how those colors are playing out and changing across.
Yeah.
And I like this one because I noticed that the dark pink's on the right side and then it's over here on the left.
Oh, yeah.
So it isn't color pooling, at least on this sample. It may depend on where you start your yarn, but I do not like it when all the colors, like the dark pink would all be on one side and the yellow and blue would be on the other. I don't like that. But this is, yeah, so very nice.
And now, for my fifth sample.
He come down and I had to send him home. I said he wasn't understanding what I was saying, and I can see why. So go ahead and tell him what you done.
So I had a sample from a previous yarn swatch video where we did Lion Brand ice cream. And the colorways are so similar that not being able to see them side by side, I thought they were the same yarn. And I'm going to show them to you right now. I thought these were the same yarn. So at first glance, you would probably, like me, assume that these are the same yarn, same colorway, but they're not. This is a totally different Lion Brand ice cream yarn. This is Funfetti. This is Funfetti, and this one's Tutti Frutti. And even though they are similar, they are in fact different. You can see that this is the one we used in today's video. This is the other one, that the colors are darker. Like the yellow, for instance, is much more saturated. And so is the blue. Everything is. And I see a little bit of,
specks in there, like flex colors through there.
So I thought I had 5 samples for this video, and when
he just wasn't getting it this morning. I kept saying, no, that's not the right yarn. He goes, what are you talking about? I said, no, it's not the right yarn.
I didn't believe it.
But I do like that one. I like how the difference between the two. I have to say, I do like the ice cream. What was the name of this one?
This one was Funfetti.
I like the Funfetti because it almost looked like the colors blended through the white. Now hold your sample up, and where the dark pink ends, it has a little bit of light pink. If you look right here, that dark pink ends, but there's a little touch of pink in with that white.
Yeah.
It just helps blend it a little bit better. But this is a different yarn. So that was by mistake.
Yeah, I was so excited because I thought I had 5 samples. I had one already made. I had a head start on this video, and then I get down here and she tells me this, and it must have took me 10 minutes to understand what she was telling me. I just woke up, but it's such a beautiful sample. That's why I wanted to use it.
Well, it's good because now we compare the two. So
yeah,
you hold that up. This one is the Tutti Frutti, and yours is the what?
The Funfetti.
The Funfetti. Tutti Frutti, Funfetti.
Yeah. So when I see them worked up, you can absolutely tell the difference.
Yeah. So let me know in the comments section which one was your favorite sample, and were you able to see the difference of how a yarn can look using different stitch patterns? This is the ripple, this is the V-stitch, this is the row by row granny, and this is just the regular double crochet. So which one was your favorite?
The ripple.
This one's my favorite.
Yeah.
So that is our video for today. I hope this video has been informative. I hope it was able to let you see how different stitch samples work up in the same yarn. And just use that in the back of your mind. If you start a project and you're just not happy with how it works, change your stitch pattern. So thank you everybody for stopping by today. And until next time, stay inspired and happy crocheting. Bye.